Welcome to the next training video for STREAMdiff. This video will focus on page syncs and document identifiers for compares that cause pages to be out of order. In the compare that you can see on the screen, when I look at pages 18 and 19, you can tell that the pages seem out of sync. There are a few ways that we can handle this issue. First option we can use is a standard page synchronization. To perform a page sync, you must first go to your acceptance rules window on the left and right-click to select Add Page Synchronization Set. I'm going to label this Page 18 Sync. Next, we have to create a trigger by finding something on the page that is unique and consistent in the control and test file. In this case, we can use the name Charlotte Hopkins, since we know that the name only shows up on this page in both files. There are a few ways that we can handle this issue. The first option we can use is a standard page synchronization. To perform a page sync, you first go to your acceptance rules window on the left and right-click to select Add Page Synchronization Set. Here, I'm going to label this Page 18 Sync. Now I select OK. Next, we have to create a trigger by finding something on the page that is unique and consistent in the control and test file. In this case, we can use the name Charlotte Hopkins, since we know that the name only shows up on this page in both files. I can highlight this name once I found my trigger and drag it to the rule folder that I just created. Here, I'm just going to label this trigger. After I select OK and recompare my pages, you will now notice that the pages are now in sync on page 18. In this case, page 19 in the control is matching up with page 18 in the test, which is how we want it to compare. When I look at the pages, you'll see that 18 in the control is now grayed out. When I double click on this page and scroll down, you'll see that in fact an extra barcode page was placed in the control file, but was removed in the test file, which was causing the files to be out of sync in this compare. Another option that we can use for out-of-sync pages is what is called a document identifier. In a compare that contains multiple documents within the files, this can be a great alternative to make sure that the documents remain synced up throughout the compare. To create a document identifier, you can right-click in the acceptance rule window and select Add Document Identifier Set. Here, I'm going to label this Doc ID. Once I select OK, that folder is created. I have to select a trigger once again. This time I want it to be consistent for all the documents in the compare. Specifically, something on the first page on each document so that STREAMdiff knows where each document begins. In most cases, you can use items such as a page number or a title. In this scenario, I'm going to use Your Quarterly Portfolio Review, since we know that this title is used in the same location on every first page of the document. Just like the page sync, I'm going to highlight this phrase and bring it over to the folder. Once again, I'm going to label this trigger. Once I select OK and recompare all the pages, you will notice a few things. Now, when I look at the page list, you will notice some blue lines appearing. Those lines represent the first page of each document within the compare. Every time a blue line appears, it is making sure that the trigger that we chose is synced up properly. In doing so, pages 18 and 19 are now also in sync. As you can see, document identifiers are useful when the compares that you are running have multiple documents. A third feature that STREAMdiff offers, called an order key value set, can take a document identifier one step further. This option can be helpful if documents are out of sync and out of order. For example, let's say that John and Bernadette Stevens in the control file is matched up with the Charlotte Hopkins page that I mentioned earlier in the video. In this case, the files are both out of order and out of sync. An order key value will make sure that the names are synced up together throughout the compare to ensure that the pages are in sync with the correct document. To create this rule, you'll already need a document identifier set up, which we have here. Once that's set up, I can right-click in my acceptance rules window, select Add OKVC Rule Set. Here, I can label this OKVC rule. Once I select OK, we're going to choose the same trigger that we used for the document identifier since we want it to sync up on the first page of every document. I'm going to click and drag that trigger to the OKVC rule that we just created, and I'm going to select OK. The next trigger that we have to find is the trigger that we actually want to sync up on. In this case, we're going to use the names that are located on each of the first page of these documents. So I'm going to take the name value, drag it to the OKVC rule. Here I can label this OKVC trigger. Once I select OK and refresh the pages, you will notice a couple of things. Now, not only are the pages in sync, but it is now making sure that the names associated with each document or order key value is synced up properly. In summary, the order key value can help if files contain items that are both out of sync and out of order. If you have any questions regarding the topics in this video, please contact Paloma's support. Thank you for your time. This concludes our video regarding page synchronization in STREAMdiff. If you have any questions regarding the topics in this video, please contact Paloma's support. Thank you for your time.